guys, it's Jessie V. So I took quite a long break from doing a Dreamtime, and now I am back. And I will admit I haven't been documenting every single dream that I had, but I do have a few that I wrote down on the notebook in my phone, and as usual they're weird and I want to share them. And as you could tell by the title of this video, the dream that I had about the missing friend I told you guys about last year was very disturbing to me and felt extremely real, so I'm also going to talk about that one in a little while. Prepare yourselves, it gave me the creeps. I guess it was more of a nightmare. But before I get into my dreams, I just wanted to say that today's video is sponsored by an app called Styled by Trendage. It's basically an app that lets you see dresses and outfits on yourself without actually having to go visit a mall or a clothing store. And it also lets you see different hairstyles on yourself, because I know sometimes people wonder what they'd look like with blonde hair or a certain hairstyle, and now you can actually take a selfie with this app and it allows you to try on different things so you can actually visually see what you would look like. So it's honestly quite interesting. It's very exciting. It's like your own personal hairstyling studio or your virtual dressing room. And when you find a look that you like, you can share it with your friends, you can save it for later. And every time you swipe, you collect these cute stars at the top of the screen and unlock discounts for clothes. And you can use these discounts to save money on real clothes, which is really awesome. And the app is free and it's pretty addicting to play with because you can see yourself in different hairstyles and clothing that you normally wouldn't wear or never imagined yourself in. So taking a selfie for this app is definitely very important because you want to make sure that the camera is right in front of your eye level, so you don't want to take it up too high and you don't want to take it too low. You want to take it directly in front of you. Make sure your hair isn't blocking any part of your face, make sure there's no shadows, and make sure you smile, and then you're all done. And the other cool thing about this app is Styled actually made a Jessie V option. So Jessie V is one of the models that you can style and, you know, do her hair. Why am I talking in third person? You could do my hair, you could dress me on this app, and then once you have the style that you like on me, you can tweet it to me or send it to me, and it'll be really cool to see what you guys want to dress me as. I'm literally a doll right now. But yeah, you guys should definitely check out this app. I will put a link to it down below. It's completely free. It's available for iOS or Android. And yeah, have fun dressing yourself up. Okay, so let's get into the dreams, and I'm gonna start with the one that's the title of this video because I'm sure you guys are intrigued by that one. And I made sure to put Dreamtime in the title because I didn't want you guys to think that I actually was communicating with this friend, because like that would probably really get your hopes up. I would never, ever want to clickbait. So in my dream, I was just sitting on my bed in my room editing some videos, and suddenly I hear that little notification sound on my phone, and I was just thinking, oh, it's probably one of my friends or my parents. But when I lift up my phone, I see that the notification's from Facebook and the girl's name is on there. And so I started freaking out and I instantly opened up the little chat. And it was weird because you know how Facebook is all white and blue and it's pretty bright? Well, when I opened up Facebook Messenger, it was all black and the text of the writing was actually in white. I don't know why my brain made that happen in my dream, but it just created a really eerie atmosphere already. And the first thing she wrote was hello with 3 question marks and then help me. Period. So I got back to her right away. I was like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? What's going on? I haven't heard from you in years. Are you okay? And then she wrote, they're keeping me in the dark. Help me. So then that kind of made sense as to why I guess the chat was so dark, because she said she was being kept in the dark. So I was like, where are you? Tell me where you are. I'll call the police right now. And then she says, I can't tell you. They'll hurt me. And I was like, just give me a clue. I'll help you. And I was freaking out. So I ran to my mom and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's messaging me. What should we do? And just as I was picking up the phone to call the police, my phone screen literally shattered. The pieces went all over the floor. I started stepping in the pieces and my foot was bleeding, and then my dream just ended. Like, it was so weird. It was the craziest nightmare. I woke up feeling really sad and I started missing my old friend again. And it just sucks that I honestly can't communicate with her in real life. And what's weird is that I hadn't thought about her in such a long time, so it was a really random dream to happen. But yeah, I thought I would tell you about that. The next dream I had to do with Lyme disease. And what's strange is ever since I've been through this treatment for my Lyme disease, I've been on treatment for 2.5 months now. In my dreams, I am aware that I have Lyme disease. So like if people offer me food that I can't eat, I say like, I'm sorry, I can't, I have Lyme disease. Or it's weird. My dreams always revolve around my Lyme disease. So I had this one dream where I went to a jungle. I have no idea where in the world this jungle was, but I arrived at this jungle and there was a doctor there and he was like, I I can cure you of your Lyme disease. So of course I was like, okay, what do we have to do? And he says, if you want your Lyme disease to be completely gone, you have to get into the water with the jaguars. And I was like, what? What? No. And like he walks me over and there's this huge body of water, and swimming in this water were just a bunch of jaguars, but for some reason they were sort of underwater, so you could just see their spots like right at the surface of the water, but their heads wouldn't stick out. It was very, very strange, but he was like, listen, either do this or have Lyme disease forever. So I was like, okay, I mean, I guess I'm going into the water. So the rest of the dream was me just like walking through the water and petting the jaguars beneath me. It was so creepy. Like I don't know how I was so calm about it, but I woke up and I was like, there is no way I would actually do that. But yeah, that was a strange dream. And then I had this other dream. I don't even know how to explain this one, but I haven't been to the dentist in quite a while in actuality, like in real life. So in my dream, I guess Dream Jess was like, you know what, Jess, you really have to go to the dentist. So I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I'm going to the dentist, and she was like, no, Jess, we're gonna have the dentist over to our house. So she calls him up and she's like, yeah, my daughter needs her teeth checked, can you please come over today? So the dentist arrives with his whole like dentist set, like the chair and like everything he needs, and puts it all in our kitchen. And so I lie down on the chair, and just before the dentist is about to clean my teeth, my mom walks over with a pair of scissors and cuts off my ear. I don't even know, like I don't know. But in the dream there was no blood, it didn't hurt, like it was like my ear was just like clay. Like she just cut it off and it fell on the floor, and I was like, Mom! What the heck? And she was like, well, you told me you needed your teeth cleaned, so I just cleaned your teeth. And I was like, no! That's my ear! It was like my mom like forgot what like the difference was between your mouth and your ear, and like I don't know. My mom was so weird in that dream, and when I woke up I went over to her and I'm like, Mom, you cut off my ear. Why would you do that? And she was like so confused. The next dream I had was about a ballet recital, because for 14 years I did ballet, so I guess my brain just dreamt one day about a ballet recital. But the dream was that I arrived at the recital and I expected to have like 14 of my ballet classmates with me going on stage, but all of them were late to the recital for some reason. So my ballet teacher was like, okay, Jess, you go on by yourself, you'll be great. So I go on the stage and the lights come up and the music comes on, but I forget what the routine is and I can't remember any of the dance moves. So I decide to improvise, and the entire song while I'm on stage, I'm doing lunges. I'm literally in the middle of the stage doing lunges. That's all I did. And people still clapped, and I ran off stage and I was like, wow, I'm amazing. And then I had a dream that I was trapped in a bird conservatory, and there wasn't a lot to talk about in this dream. It was just me walking around looking at the birds, and there was like a restaurant in the center of the bird conservatory, and as I sat and ate my food, birds would land on my shoulders, they would eat my sandwich with me, like I felt like Snow White. And lastly, I had another dream with a restaurant involved. It was that there was this restaurant in my neighborhood where people would go to this house and they would go down into the basement, and all over the walls there were creepy haunted dolls, and you would sit in the center of this basement and eat your food, and there was like waitresses walking around and everything was just really weird. It was like a haunted doll restaurant. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, that's all the dreams I wrote down. I really need to remember to do that more because my dreams are so crazy that like I just need to share them. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!